The Dogs, in association with the British Greyhound Racing Board.
Well, hello and welcome to another edition of The Dogs. This week we're at Perry Bar in Birmingham for the Tony Campbell Birmingham Cup. It's worth £6,500 to the winner. Very competitive. Indeed, you can give every one of the six a chance. We've got the action from the final, plus the supporting card. We'll round up all the other open race action later in the programme.
We look back at the glittering BGRB Awards night from London. There's an open race review, including the Pepsi Max Marathon at Walthamstow. And we're off to Ockenden to meet up with up-and-coming trainer Dean Childs. London's Royal Lancaster Hotel was the venue for the 2006 BGRB Awards dinner and dance. 500 people representing every area of the greyhound racing industry attended the evening, all dressed to impress. Owners, trainers, kennel hands, bookmakers, management and the media were all keen to experience the social highlight of the greyhound year. There was plenty of time before the dinner for networking, and BGRB Chairman Lord Lipsey and GRA Chief Executive Clive Feltham had much to talk about. But it was soon time for the main event, and following an excellent dinner, the awards presentation began. Derby champion Westmead Hawk retained his Standard Performer of the Year title, and for owner Bob Morton and trainer Nick Sava, it was to be the start of a very successful night. The hurdle of the year was Grand National champion Suitman, trained at Wimbledon by Bernie Doyle and owned by Ramat Racing Club. Westmead Aoife, who contested 5 major finals, won the Stayer of the Year for proud owner Raymond G. Nick Sava was back to receive the British Breeding Awards courtesy of Westmead Hawk and Mega Delight, before his main patron Bob Morton was presented with the Owner of the Year trophy by Stuart Lockhart. Tanya Stevenson was on hand to present the Kennel Hand of the Year award to Gemma Davidson, daughter of Crayford trainer John.
I'm sure there's plenty of people out there that deserve it, and it is a shame that there's only one award at the end of the day, because there are a lot of us that work hard out there. But I don't know, I've just got nice owners, I suppose, that vote in for me. I don't know, it's a hard job, but I love it, so I wouldn't change it.
The biggest round of applause of the evening greeted Bob Betts as he strode up to collect the GWA Services to the Industry Award. The one-time editor of the Greyhound Life has been involved in the sport for 30 years.
Oh, it's been very enjoyable. I had my first meeting at Watford in 1974, and I've seen the great old days at West Ham, White City, Slough, Haringey, Hackney. Fantastic years, fantastic times, and I met some fantastic people. But the sport's getting good. It's getting good exposure now, thanks to Sky, and long may it continue.
It needs a boost, doesn't it, for sport, though, because it is still in slight decline.
It is in decline. We've seen about 70 tracks close since betting shops opened in 1961. There's going to be more and more meetings, more and more bags meetings, especially bookmakers meetings, and the bookmakers need to contribute more to this sport. They really do. I mean, we've got a great sport, and they should really pay more for our products.
Scurry Gold Cup champion Ballymac Rooster was the toast of his owners, the Arch Enemy Syndicate, as he landed the Sprint of the Year title. And from 2 bends to 8, and the leading marathon performer of 2006 was the brilliant Roxholm Girl, owned by Mark and Hayley Keatley. The Charlie Lister-trained Clash Harmonica, who won the Laurels and Eclipse last year, was a deserved winner of the Newcomer of the Year, much to the delight of his enthusiastic owners, the boys from Leicester.
It was nice for the boys who own it because they're good owners. They put plenty into the game. They do like a punt, you know. And the first time that dog ever won at All Green, they had a big gamble on him and he won and he paid off. So the dog didn't cost them anything, you know. So they finished, you know, it's been a good dog for them.
Clash Harmonica was one of the stars that helped Charlie Lister land a third NGRC Trainers title. The Newark Maestro won 6 Category 1 competitions in 2006, and it was an emotional moment as he accepted the trophy from NGRC Senior Steward Edward Bentle.
Nice to get it back. I mean, I think it was second last year and won it the year before, but no, you know, the dog's done well this year for me, and we had a bit of luck. We won a few finals and we got it back. So it's nice for the lads in the kennel anyway, you know, to win it back, and it gives them a bit more buzz, you know.
And you seem quite emotional up on stage there.
Yeah, you do, don't you? You know, when you get a bit older, you maybe take it a bit more to heart than what you used to, but when you're a bit younger, you know. But no, you know, we're doing all right, and we've got a load of good dogs in the kennel for next year, so, you know, I just hope things are going to go all right for us.
The audience at the Royal Lancaster Hotel had just one more award to witness, and it was to be the big one, the Greyhound of the Year. Former trainer Barry Silkman has had some useful greyhounds, but surely few of those present have seen one as good as Westmead Hawk. Westmead Hawk's moving on the inside of Amarillo Slim. The writing's surely on the wall. Mignogna follow with Westmead Hawk lunging late. He's got there again. He's an icon. He's fantastic. He's superlative. He is Westmead Hawk. Nick Savard, Bob Morton and his wife Sue glowed with pride as they held the trophy for a second time. Only Ballyregan Bob has previously won 2 Greyhound of the Year titles, and for the rest of the Morton family it was time to crack open the champagne.
Bob, I've lost count of the number of awards you won tonight.
We got a full hand, 5.
And of course Westmead Hawk top dog again.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic, but I think he thoroughly deserves it because his performances in the Derby were out of this world, and he was just totally awesome.
And of course the question everyone wants to know the answer to, will he do it again?
Well, we don't know at the moment because obviously he broke his hock in 3 places, and we done the sort of vets did a fantastic repair job on it, and we think it's as good as new. And he's been galloping, and he'll be having a test shortly, so we'll see how he goes.
And of course you've got the youngsters coming along as well.
Yeah, we've got some super youngsters coming along. We've got some fantastic litters, all out of Mega Delight again, and she's proving to be an outstanding brood bitch, and I think she's going to throw some more champions.
And for you, the extra accolade of Owner of the Year.
Well, you know, I've been at it 40 years, and I'm thrilled to pieces that at last, you know, we've actually made it. But after 6 Category 1 events in 2006, it was probably deserved.
With the awards ceremony over, it was time for the revelry to begin and for some to strut their stuff on the dance floor. And we don't think Bruce Forsyth will be seeing these guys in the next series of Strictly Come Dancing.
The GRA's recent investment at Perry Bar continues to pay dividends, and the Sky Cameras returned there last week for the final of the Tony Campbell Birmingham Cup. BGRB Sprinter of the Year Ballymac Rooster was one of the stars of the undercard.
2-bend sprint for the Tony Campbell on-course sprint, and away they go. And a level start, although Ballymac Roosters now pacing up well with Ryan Crusimber on the inside as they go around that first turn. Just around goes Ballymac Rooster. Top sprinter of 2006 is out in front here. Ballymac Rooster leading from Ryan Crusimber, who's coming at it though as they come up towards the line. Ballymac Rooster finds more.
Swift Jade then set new figures for the 710-metre trip. And there was another track record for Taipan in the hurdles race over 480. But open race judges were keen to see the puppy race, which looked a classy affair. Charlie Lister's King of Persia went off favourite from red. But watch for Barry Draper's Kaiser Chief in 3 and Graham Hutt's Mama Chico in 2.
Away they go, and they leave the boxes in a rattle. Goes Kaiser Chief leading up early from Mamachiko in second half. These comes 4 Swift Black Tom, a little bit of crowd in there. Apache Dawn, 1 King of Persia trying to make up some ground as they head down the far side. Kaiser Chief from Mamachiko, they're clear at the moment. From up into third goes King of Persia, and then can 5 Apache Dawn as they come round the final bend, and 3 Kaiser Chief, who's made all, still there at the moment, leading by a half length up towards the line, digging deep, finding more. Trap 3, Kaiser Chief wins.
That run, plus a decent Irish card, had those at the track predicting big things for Kaiser Chief. Back inside, attention turned to the £6,500 to the winner Birmingham Cup final. Favourite at the off was Debbie's Choice in Trap 6. But in what was a cracking lineup, All England Cup second Droopy's Toby, Arc second Mayor's Boy, Trap record holder Raging Jack, and the ultra-consistent Zigzag Dutchman posed sizable threats to the favourite.
They're off, and what a start there from Droopy's Toby. Out in front here from Mayor's Boy in second place. After this comes 3 Zigzag Dutchmen. They go round the turn, and up front it's Droopy's Toby taken on by Mayor's Boy. 2 lengths back to Zigzag Dutchman. After this comes 4 Raging Jack. Then comes 6 Debbie's Choice, and out with the Washing Delwood Borough. They go round the third turn, and 5 Droopy's Toby in front, but Zigzag Dutchman is closing rapidly now. There's a length between them as they come off the final bend. Zigzag Dutchman coming to join in. Zigzag Dutchman's going to get there. A win going away in the end by 2 lengths from 5 Droopy's Toby.
The start of the Birmingham Cup was delayed a minute or so when Droopy's Toby turned in traps, but he fairly bolted out from trap 5 and put the pace to the race. Well back Debbie's Choice was reported sore afterwards, but really the key to the race was a strong running Zigzag Dutchman turning handy down the far side.
We set off to a bit of a decent footing, and I thought he'd run very well tonight. He kind of had to do it the hard way. You can't do no more than that, can you? Come from behind and win. And
Equal with the clock as well here.
yeah, I mean he's a fast little dog. He's been unlucky. I mean he's not only been unlucky. He's had a lot of terrible trap draws in finals. Every time he seems to get in a final, he either gets trap 5 or he never gets his box. But he's proved tonight he can do it. Like
Chris was saying earlier on what a class dog he is.
Oh, he is a class dog. I mean, there's 2 of them, him and Dutchie, and they're both really good dogs, you know.
So often the nearly dog Zigzag Dutchman strikes gold and kickstarts champion trainer Charlie Lister's 2007 in some style.
Coming up after the break, we're off to Essex to meet one of the youngest trainers in the business.
Welcome back to part 2 of the dogs. Now Target Harry's recent appearance at Wimbledon was a first runner on Sky for young trainer Dean Childs. Another good run from the puppy. Target Harry remains one to follow as 23-year-old Dean splits his time between open racing and a graded contract at Oxford. Together with partner Miriam, Dean oversees a kennel of 30 dogs and came into the sport following a good piece of advice from the careers officer.
From school they made me go and do a bit of work experience down at a kennel which turned out to be Paul Young's. I really enjoyed my time there for the 2 or 3 weeks I had to do it for him, and at the end of it Paul said to me, if you want a little Saturday job you're more than welcome to come back and help out with the dogs around here. So I took him up on that offer and did the Saturdays there for a while, and once I come to the end of my school time I decided that it was for me and I really wanted to do it. Ended up spending 5 years with Paul.
But you had no interest in the sport before you went there?
Before I never knew what a grand was. I'd never been to a grand track or anything. So, no, it was completely new for me, a complete new experience. And I suppose you can say it's Paul's fault that I'm here today.
But it was after Droopy Scholes' Derby victory in 2004 that Dean's career took a twist. Scholes' trainer Ian Riley lodged with Paul Young, and Dean went back to Ireland with Ian.
It was a brilliant time, yeah, fantastic with Ian. He taught me totally new methods and ways of how to train a dog and things that I'll never forget. And I enjoyed every day with Ian, every day.
And how long were you there for?
We was there just under a year. In the end, it was a bit of an abrupt end because we was offered a job back in England to come back and train over here. So that was the only reason we left. Otherwise, we could have still been out there today. I loved every minute of Ian's and never for once thought about coming home. So it was a great time for both of us.
Initially based in Kent, Dean and Miriam now occupy one of the kennel blocks at the Ockenden Schooling Complex in Essex.
I was told there was a block available at Ockenden, and they don't come up very often. So we found ourselves travelling here 2 or 3 times a week, either to see the vet or to use the track. So it made sense really in the long term to move the dogs down here when the block was available and train from here. Plus we only lived 10 minutes down the road, so it's good. It's good from that point of view as well.
There was more good news for the young trainer recently when he accepted a training contract at Oxford. How's he settled in?
Oxford's brilliant. It's very well run. It's got a great management staff behind it, and the track's always kept in perfect condition. So it's a great base. It's a great base to work from.
Now, you've got some nice youngsters in your kennel at the moment, Dean. Take us through. Let's start off with Arthur's Joy.
Yeah, Arthur's Joy is a September 04 dog. He's really fallen in love with Coventry. He's got great early pace for there, and the track seems to suit him down to the ground. The long straights there really do allow him to put a bit of daylight between him and the rest if he does hit the lids.
And he won a nice final there the other day.
He did, yeah. He's won a couple round in there. He won a little race round there, non-winners of two opens, and he won heat and final of that. And then he went back there the other day and won a little 480 heat and final as well. Yeah, he's only been beaten once there, and that was in the semi-finals of the Winter Derby where he was very unlucky.
Well, let's look ahead a couple of months to him. What do you expect from that dog?
Hopefully we will go for the Derby with him. We will plot him out for that. First of all, is the 480 Emerald Cup at Coventry. Starts in a week's time. We'll go for that, and then after that we'll probably look to give him a couple of trials at Wimbledon and then into the Derby.
Another good dog that's made a few waves at Coventry was Droopy's Nelson.
Yeah, Droopy's Nelson's a really nice pup. It came over from Ian Riley in Ireland via Michael and Sean Dunphy. Ian said to me he'd be a really nice pup for me, and so we brought him over, and he's starting to show a lot of promise.
He did show promise in a race at Coventry, but had a bit of a setback.
He had a bit of a setback at Coventry in his last run. Yeah, he's torn a shoulder muscle, so he's going to be laid off now for a while. And hopefully we can get him back for the Midland Puppy Derby at Monmouth, but it's going to be pushing the pup, and if it pushes him too much, we won't go for that. But hopefully, fingers crossed, that was his long-term aim for the year.
Yeah, another one with very few races under his belt, but impressing is Droopy's Robster.
Yeah, Droopy's Robster's an exciting pup as well. He's not done an awful lot of racing at the moment. He had the one open race at Coventry where he was left down the field, but he's running very, very green. And again at Oxford the other night, he ran second in the A1, only beaten half a length, and run very well in that race also. But he's clocking some very fast times in his trials.
Droopy's Robster, a shade unlucky here, looks a winner next time, while Droopy's Miriam is a young bitch with the look and breeding of a surefire winner and is a name to remember. For Dean and Miriam, it's all about teamwork. They're together 24/7, dividing time between the greyhounds and their own relationship. Being a young couple working in the sport brings its own pressures, but they've found a healthy balance, it seems.
It's not really work when you're doing the dogs. We both love doing the dogs, so it's just like you're going out for the day really. We do our dogs and we go home, but our life is dogs, so it's not really as if we're at work together really.
You have no sort of rest time, no social time?
Yeah, we try and have a little bit of downtime really, but a lot of the time it's took up with dogs, obviously with the kennels 7 days a week and racing 3 or 4 nights a week.
So if we cast your mind back to that time at school when I said, right, you're going off to do some work experience with a dog trainer, would you have thought it would turn out this way?
I never dreamed it would come out this way. No, I always wanted to be a carpenter. That's what I always said that I would be, and I was almost made to go and do the work experience. Did it? I was interested in. I was interested once I was told what I was doing, and it intrigued me. So I decided to go along and see what it was all about, and then just fell in love with it straight away.
No regrets?
No regrets at all. No, I love it.
Now a roundup of the recent open race action, and we begin at Walthamstow in the final of the Pepsi Max Marathon over 835 metres. 4 to 7 favourite was Snappy Girl for Mark Wallace, who recorded the fastest time in the heats. Second favourite was Countrywide Capel in Trap 3. And away they go, and racing up towards the first bend. Good start from Countrywide Capel, but around the outside, cutting the bend, goes on Snappy Girl. Leading there, just one pushed aside. Creeder Lady went in a good position. Trap 5 also a little bit awkward on that point. Not getting a clear run was Confident Foe. They reached the third turn, and Snappy Girl, the 4-7 favourite, has a 6-length advantage now. 2 moving up into second. That's Elite Queen there on the inside of Creeder Lady. After these comes a Confident Foe. They're on the final circuit, and the lead with Snappy Girl. The favourite leads, but not so far in front now, just 3.5 lengths clear from Elite Queen. After these 2 lengths back to Confident Foe, they're breaking away from one Creeder Lady. Then comes Countrywide Capel and Psycho's Dream. They come down towards the second last bend. Elite Queen coming to challenge the lead there with Snappy Girl. There's nothing between them around the outside. Confident Foe up towards the winning line. Confident Foe on top. Confident Foe wins. Snappy Girl second, Elite Queen third. For success to trainer Alan Stevens and Confident Foe coming late and fast to win by half a length. We move south of the Thames for some Springbok clues now, and Wimbledon Stadium. Last Tuesday saw Executive Memo, who'd won a trial stakes the previous week, line up as the 7-4 favourite for trainer Phil Rees. And there they go, and racing up towards the first flight here. Sorrento Woods gets a good start, hops over the first in front here, moving up into second place. 3, Fiantra Joe was involved in a bit of bumping out of the boxes. They head down the far side, and they're now neck and neck. Moving up into third place comes 5, Nova Sarova. They jump the next. Oh, terrible jump there from Nova Sarova. Executive Memo starting to finish now in the stripes. So they come around the third bend. There's not much between Sorrento Woods and Fiantra Joe. Around the outside, watch out for Executive Memo. Nova Sarova's there as well. It's going to be tight, but in the end, Sorrento Woods has won by about a neck. Sorrento Woods there winning for trainer Maxine Locke. We're moving on to Saturday, and the H1 at Wimbledon may provide more clues for the Springbok. Farlow Luggs, who recorded the quickest time on Tuesday night in the trial stakes, was running here as the 7-4 favourite. And away they go, and racing up towards the first flight. Very quick start. Pat's All Black leading into the first bend now. Decadon moves up into second. After he's back in third comes Farlow Luggs. They're getting away from Limited Black. Good early speed here from Pat's All Black. Jumps that flight well. Leading by 2.5 lengths. Oh, overreached a bit there. Now closing is Decadon as they come around the second last bend. Pat's All Black still with the advantage. Moving up now. Farlow Luggs, a big danger. Pat's All Black just lost home. Pat's All Black the winner. Winning there for trainer Phil Rees. Well, the fastest 36 times recorded at Wimbledon for the novice hurdlers who haven't won a hurdle race before January the 1st. Line up for the heats of the Betfair Springbok, which starts this Saturday. The semi-finals are on the following Friday, with the final live on Sky Sports on Tuesday, the 13th of February. Now for a look at the open race calendar. On Thursday, opens at Reading and Walthamstow. Friday, Romford and Coventry have the best of the action. Saturday, the Betfair Springbok gets underway with 6 first-round heats at Wimbledon. At Oxford, there's the final of the Oxfordshire Trophy. Sunday, Coventry and Sittingbourne stage the Opens, whilst on Monday, Crayford, Henlow and Nottingham have open racing. For all the latest results, visit our website, thedogs.co.uk. Don't forget to join us next week for an in-depth review of the Betfair Springbok. We'll see you then.
The Dogs, in association with the British Greyhound Racing Board.